Today we're going to talk to my friend Lauren about a unique filter she uses for her reef tank. Let's go. What's up, coral people? If you're new here, my name is Remy, and this is the Bahama Llama Coral YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified whenever I upload new videos. Guys, new sticker alert. Introducing Super Llama. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen this, but I got it made into a sticker. I've got that. I've got the holographic version. Ooh. And I've also got a keychain now. What? Even though he's a superhero and he will save your reef tank, he's still super cute. Thanks to Lazy Mondays for the amazing design. If you'd like a Super Llama sticker or keychain, go ahead and comment down below. How many years have you been in the reefing hobby? Are you a newbie? Did you just get a tank? Or are you OG? As long as you're subscribed and you comment down below, you're in the running for a sticker or keychain. So that's all you have to do. This is open to everyone in the world as well. So this is open if you are international. Just as long as I have an address and how it's supposed to look on the envelope, I will attempt to ship something to you. Today I'm excited to talk to Lauren, who is one of my saltwater friends from Western Australia. She's got a relatively new YouTube channel. She's not new to the hobby, but something caught my eye when I was checking out one of her videos, and it was the way she filters her reef tank. Lauren uses a canister filter on her reef tank, and this isn't the first time that I've seen this done before. Tyler, my good buddy Inland_Reef, also uses or used on his previous tank a canister filter, and it worked out great. Coordinating schedules with someone on the other side of the globe has been a little bit tricky, but we made it work out, so let's get right into it. Lauren, it's so nice to have you on the channel. How is the other side of the world in Australia?
Hey Remy, yeah, the other side of the world is great right now. I'm in Western Australia and down the south coast of Western Australia, so we've been extremely lucky with the whole COVID situation and have pretty much been very minimally affected by it. So I guess in comparison to some places. So yeah, extremely fortunate for that. And yeah, we're coming into autumn, have some beautiful weather at the moment, so yeah, it's going great.
Before we get into talking about your tank and the canister filter and all that, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how long you've been in the aquarium hobby, and do you know Hugh Jackman?
Do I know Hugh Jackman? No, unfortunately I don't. I'd love to meet him one day though, he seems like a top bloke. But yeah, so I grew up in Sydney and always loved animals, had, you know, a bit of a menagerie growing up. So I got my first 3 goldfish when I was about 3 years old. So I got them that day, and you know those little boxes that you can get for little girls, you open the lid, it's got a little ballerina, you twist up the side and you let go and it makes that really creepy music and it spins around. So yeah, I had one of those. And I just got these brand new fish and I just love them so much, and I've just decided I was gonna make them a little bed and make sure they were comfortable for their first night with me. And yeah, unfortunately that was their only night with me because yeah, they don't do so well out of water. So anyway, since then you know, I progressed to those fish tanks, the plastic ones with the fluoro coloured lids. But yeah, I just always had animals and loved fish, so yeah.
Tell us about your aquarium.
Yeah, so I've got some tangs, clownfish, I've got some anthias, a foxface, and a royal grammar, but yeah, just got a few on a little cleaner wrasse. So yeah, that's all I've got at the moment. Definitely planning on getting a few more tangs though. I'd love to have a few more big fish. And yeah, just got a lot of easy to care for corals really. I've got a bubble coral, and I've also got some green star polyp I'm trying to grow on the back wall. And yeah, just heaps of leather corals and stuff like that, because I'm all about them low maintenance corals, and I just think they look gorgeous as well, and especially for a big tank, the bigger the better, and the more space they fill up the better, because I've got a lot of space to fill.
I love it, I love it. So one thing that is missing from your tank is overflows. Is this not a reef ready tank?
No, so this used to be a freshwater tank. I used to have discus in here, and yeah, so definitely not a proper saltwater setup tank at all. And just decided once I set up a tiny little, 3-foot tank, I had that, and as soon as I did it, I was like, nah, I want my 6-foot to be a saltwater tank. So ended up selling my discus and converting this tank into a saltwater tank.
So if we take a peek under the stand of your reef tank, there is a canister filter there. And while this is kind of like a controversial thing, and some people do it, some people don't, what is your experience with it? How do you maintain it? Tell us about your filtration system.
Yeah, I guess some of the drawbacks might be that you have to shut off the water and, take the lid off and do that sort of stuff. It's a bit more labor intensive than I guess having a sump would be. So, but I mean, I was really used to having to clean the canister filters out all the time, having discus, so it really doesn't bother me that much, but I guess that would be some drawbacks is accessibility and stuff like that, but yeah.
See, so it can be done. It can be done using a canister filter on your Reef aquarium. Had a buddy, mentioned him a little bit earlier, Tyler, inland_reef. Also a great resource if you are looking to make the switch from freshwater to saltwater and you want to use the same equipment. He's a wealth of knowledge as well. Look him up on Instagram. So what are your plans for the future? Do you plan on adding any more tanks? Do you plan on utilizing a sump? Any upgrades down the road for you?
Yeah, I'd love a tank with a sump one day. I think, most of the new tanks with the nice rimless tops like the ones you've got as well, I think most of them come with sumps automatically, or, they're meant for sumps. So I'd definitely love to get one day. This one's awesome. It cost me about $350, but it's pretty scratched up. It was secondhand, but I still love it. But yeah, definitely more tanks and upgrades to come in the future, I reckon.
So last year I tried my hand at vending at a local frag swap here. I did that twice last year. I actually started trying to breed my clownfish, culturing rotifers. I started a macroalgae pico tank. There's so many facets of the reef keeping hobby and marine saltwater tanks. Are there any facets that you'd like to explore in the future?
Yeah, so I love anemones, and I love the relationship that anemones have with clownfish. I just think it's so fascinating. But yeah, I've always been really nervous to have one in my display tank because I've just heard way too many horror stories of them dying or, getting caught in a power head and nuking the entire tank. And I really don't want to lose everything in my tank. So I'm planning, currently I'm setting up an anemone only tank so I can kind of do it and feel like I'm a little bit safer doing it that way. So yeah, I really love those mangrove tanks with the mangrove growing out of it. But it seems like from what I've read, that mangrove trees are actually illegal in Australia, which is so annoying because I feel like all the really cool stuff that you can get in America is all illegal over in Australia. So and that's the same thing with like macroalgae and stuff like that. It's really hard to get hold of any of that sort of stuff in Australia. So you guys definitely have it really good, I reckon, over there. But yeah, so I'd love to, do a mangrove tank if it's actually possible in Australia. So, and yeah, I've got my freshwater tanks and I would love a koi pond one day. So that's definitely on the bucket list to make one of those one day with a little fridge and yeah. Definite koi pond happening one day, so yeah.
So you've got a YouTube channel. We've been playing some clips here throughout our talk. Can you kind of tell us what people might find when they go over to your channel and hit subscribe?
Yeah, so I guess I've got monthly updates on the tank and I'm sharing, all the good and all the bad that happens with having such a basic setup. And yeah, I just share different ways, or I'm always trying to find different ways that you can get similar outcomes, using very different sort of approaches and, not spending hundreds of dollars on equipment. So that's the sort of stuff I've got on my channel.
Gosh, I feel like there's so much more to cover. I feel like we could go for a round 2 at some point. If you're up for it, definitely down for that. Go ahead and plug your channel. Make sure everyone knows where to find your stuff.
Yeah, round 2 sounds awesome. Thanks so much for having me today, Remy. And yeah, if you are interested in, following along my very basic saltwater and freshwater keeping journeys, go and subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Instagram. But yeah, thanks so much, Remy, and we'll definitely have to do it again.
Always fun to connect with reefers around the world. It's fun to see the similarities and the differences that everybody has, from a regional standpoint, which is really, really cool. So fun to collaborate. Thank you so much for being on today, Lauren. I really appreciate it. There are so many ways that you can do this hobby. It's almost like, a math equation, getting to that final answer. How did you route your way to that? There's so many different ways to cut this and so many different ways that you can be successful. So I love showcasing those different ways, because you may be in the situation where you're switching over from a discus tank or you're switching over from freshwater and you've got that canister filter, but how can you still utilize that on a reef tank? It can be done. Kudos to Lauren. I can't wait to see what she does next. So go ahead and head on over to her channel and make sure to subscribe. In other news, I have been challenged by my friend Telegram to do a stream or 2. Is that something you'd be interested in? Let me know. I mean, I've got the equipment now, so he had me buy a couple things. This is one of the things that I bought, this Camlink 4K, so I can hook up this camera to the stream. And I've got the cord to connect, so we're on our way to a streaming setup, and I'm pretty excited about that. I at least want to try it, but let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'll keep you posted, but I've been kind of rethinking on how to do 5-Minute Friday in a more streamlined way, so maybe we'll freshen it up and instead on Fridays or whatever day of the week, just do a stream and we can talk about the tip of the week or the gadget or whatever on that stream. I'm still workshopping, always workshopping. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know whenever I upload new videos. Guys, I have a confession to make. Last video, Scott Crow didn't get a toasty. In this video, Scott Crow gets 2 toasties. What up? Let's go. It was just a ridiculous idea I had in the beginning, and now it's something that people expect in the videos, and that's totally okay. I totally get it. Hand up if you think that Scott Crow and the OSA crew should have a reality show. The way that they've been shooting their recent videos on YouTube, I don't know if you've checked this out, but you need to go over there and check it out. It kind of reminds me of Tanked, but cooler. No offense to the guys at Tanked and those people that produce that show, but it's like the winner of the Corny Award goes to Tanked. I get it, you have to appeal to the mainstream, I understand, but I wanna know all the filtration, I wanna see the fish, I wanna see the corals, all that kind of stuff, and they just never show that, so. But Scott does. Make sure to go on over to the OSA channel and check out the latest videos that they're posting. They're pretty awesome. And good luck with the sticker contest. I really love these Super Llama a lot. He's kind of cute. I'm gonna choose 20 to 30 people down below to get a sticker sent out or perhaps a keychain. I only have a limited number of the keychains, but I will send those out in some of the winners' envelopes. But I feel like the OG llama is kind of like the Bruce Wayne, but then this is like Batman, or maybe, I guess Clark Kent and Superman would probably make more sense. Anyways, be safe, and I will see you in the next one.